Hi yogis, welcome to the Level 1 Deep Hip Opening Hatha practice. We'll begin this practice seated on your knees and heels with your eyes closed. Focus on creating a deep, slow breath. Some of these postures may be intense and long holding, so just take what works for you today and take breaks or modifications whenever you want. Make it your own. Come forward to a tabletop position and step your hands forward 6 extra inches. For some big hip circles, drop your hips to one side and circle all the way around. Focus on releasing the tension from the outsides of your hips. And switch directions. Make your way to downward facing dog and take a few deep breaths to settle in. Fan your fingers out wide and grip into the mat. Press your chest towards your thighs and tilt your tailbone high. It's always okay to have a little bend in your knees too if your hamstrings are feeling tight. Walk your hands back to your feet for Ragdoll Pose. Grab onto your elbows and bend your knees so you can fold even deeper. Sway side to side with a heavy upper body. Release your elbows and toe heel your feet together for chair pose. Sit your hips back as if someone was scooting a chair up behind you. Really sit back deep and press your inner thighs together. Bring a sense of ease to your upper body and tuck your tailbone down towards the mat to lengthen your lower back. Sit back even deeper. And forward fold with soft knees. Next is halfway lift to lengthen your spine and hamstrings. Slide your hands up your shins and press your heart forward. With a flat back, try bringing some weight into the ball mounts of your feet and see if you can hinge a little deeper into your hips. Flex the toes back for more intensity. Walk your hands out to downward facing dog. Reach your right leg high and bend your right knee up to the ceiling so your hips open up. Feel free to move into any variation here. Ankle rolls, knee circles, or anything else, but just keep those hands strong. Next inhale, straighten your right leg. As you exhale, step it through to a low lunge. Drop your back knee down to the mat and reach your arms up for Crescent Moon. To create a strong foundation in this pose, energetically pull your right heel and left knee together. Tuck your tailbone under slightly and engage your lower abs so you can lengthen out of your hips. You can always modify by placing your hands on your thighs. Keep your left knee on the mat, drop your arms, and just shift your hips back for Hanuman prep. Straighten out your right leg and breathe deeply to release tension from your hamstring. Try not to replace that tension anywhere else in the body, like in your eyebrows, jaw, or shoulders. Just breathe very deep and work on relaxing. Next is Crescent Moon. Shift your hips forward, lift your arms up, inhale. Exhale, Hanumanasana prep. Shift the hips back. As you inhale, Crescent Moon, hips press forward. As you exhale, Han, prep. Shift back. Keep going a couple more times with your breath, inhaling to push forward, exhaling to push back. Next time you come forward, stay there and drop your left hand down. Reach your right hand back to grab onto your left ankle for a quad stretch. Even just by trying, you'll benefit, so don't give up if your ankle is out of reach. Focus on twisting through your upper body and reaching back for that ankle. If you've got your ankle in your hand, try pulling it in a little tighter towards your hip. Release, and come back to downward facing dog. Reach your left leg high. Bend your knee and sink your heel so your hips open up. Find a similar variation to what you did on the other side. And focus on maintaining a deep, calm breath and strong hands. Next inhale, straighten out your left leg. As you exhale, step it through to a low lunge. Set up for Crescent Moon, and when you're ready, reach your arms up. Keep your upper body relaxed and soften your shoulders. Focus on engaging your lower half as if you were pulling your left heel and right knee together. This should help you get a bigger opening through your hip flexor, especially if you tuck your tailbone under, engage your lower abs. Deepen your breath. Keep your right knee down and shift your hips back for Hanuman prep. Take a few deep and slow breaths to encourage your hamstring to relax. Breathe length into your spine and let your forehead drop down towards your knee. Come forward to Crescent Moon, full inhale. As you exhale, push it back, Hanumanasana prep. Slow and controlled. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Exhale, Han prep. Now keep going and follow your breath. One breath, one movement. This time, stay forward and drop your right hand down to the mat. Reach your left hand back and grab onto your right ankle. Whenever you reach back like this, make sure your palm is open and thumb pointing up. This is safe for your shoulder and allows you to twist open as well as pull your ankle in. Take a few expansive breaths. Release, and step both feet to the top of your mat for Malasana. Separate your feet mat distance, heels in, toes out, and squat down. Bring your hands to heart center and use your elbows to press your knees open. Drive your hips down and lift your heart up. Feel free to stay still or even wiggle side to side, but keep your breath slow, rhythmic, and deep. Focus on releasing the tension from your inner thighs. Release and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your right knee to your right wrist and right ankle towards your left wrist. You can always modify this pose by pulling your ankle in towards your hips instead of out towards your wrists. Wherever will allow your hips to be square and even. Lower down whenever you're ready and just relax. If this pose really doesn't feel good, then lay on your back and take a figure 4 instead. Let go of any tensing or flexing in your hips, shoulders, or jaw, and just soften. Walk your hands back up, curl your back toes under, and come back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. Next inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Find a similar variation to what you did on the other side. And you want your hips to be square, so push your left hip back, right hip forward. Lower down whenever you're ready. Rest your forehead on something. It could be stacked fists, stacked wrists, or even down on the ground. And allow all the muscles in your body to soften, from eyebrows to toes. Deepen your belly breath to encourage this relaxation. Slowly rise and make your way to your final downward facing dog. Step all the way through to seated and lie down on your back. Set up for bridge pose, so your knees are bent, feet are flat. Pull your heels in so close your fingers can barely graze them. Then tilt your tailbone high, lift your hips and spine off the mat. And keep your tailbone tucking up, knees pressing forward. Focus on creating a deep belly breath. And slowly lower. Keep your tailbone tucking up, and when your hips come back down to the mat, let your knees fall open for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a few deep and slow breaths to let your inner thighs soften. Engage your core and pull your knees together. Bring your right knee to your chest and extend your left leg long down on the mat. Reach your right arm 90 degrees from your side, and for a supine twist, pull your knee across the body. To add the bretzel variation, bend your left knee, reach down with your right hand, and grab onto your ankle. You might need to inchworm your left knee back a couple inches, but you should feel quite a stretch in your left hip flexor and quad. Breathe to melt your body in place. Release the bretzel first, then undo your twist, and switch sides. Bring your left knee to your chest, right leg extends long. Reach your left arm from your side 90 degrees, and pull your knee across the body. For the bretzel, bend your right knee, reach down with your left hand, and grab your ankle. Inchworm your right knee back if you did on the other side. Allow your breath to be full and expansive. Release the bretzel, undo your twist, pull both knees in and take happy baby pose. Grab the inner arches of your feet and spread your ankles open. Pull your feet down with your hands and push back into your hands with your feet. Stay still or rock side to side. And slowly release into your final Shavasana. Take up some space on your mat and close your eyes. Relax your hips, shoulders, and all the smallest muscles in your face. Allow yourself to completely soften and relax for at least 1 good minute. When you're ready to come out, just wiggle out your fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists. Then roll onto one side before pressing yourself up to seated. Bring your hands to heart center and thank yourself for committing to your practice today. And I thank you. Namaste. Have a great day, yogis. If you enjoyed this practice, try the other Hatha Yoga videos I have in the Hatha Yoga playlist. If you're feeling extra flexible, try the Level 2 Deep Hip Opening practice. And come find me on Facebook for updates, notifications, and just a whole lot more yoga. I'd love to get to know you guys a little bit better, so come say hi there, and I'll see you soon.